Hi. So today I'm reading on a question that has been on my mind, and perhaps it's been on yours as well. The question that I've been pondering is, what is blocking my power, and how might I remove that block or heal that block? So I offer to you, what is blocking your power, and what might you be able to do to heal or remove that block? I'm going to do 3 readings, and I invite you to choose which group you feel drawn to, which card. You may feel drawn to more than one, and certainly feel free to listen to any or all of the readings that you feel you align with. So the first group is Peridot. The second group is Citrine. And the third group is moss agate. So take a moment, feel into the cards, and choose which group you feel best connects with you. I will list the timestamps for each group in the comments, in the description for this video if you wish to fast forward to your particular reading. Feel free. So this is the reading for group 1, which is Peridot. The oracle card that I have here is from the White Light Oracle, and we will save this card to the end of the reading for a special message. So I do not typically read reversed cards, and I will not be reading reversed cards for this reading. So Spirit, if you could give us a few cards here just to give us an idea of what the block is that might be keeping you from stepping into your power. So Spirit, can you give us some cards to let us know what the block is for group 1 that might be keeping them from stepping into their power? I'm noticing right away, group 1, that the bottom of the deck energy is the 9 of Swords. So whatever this is, it has been quite a burden, and you are feeling really strained. You're about at the end of your rope, probably with a lot of overthinking and anxiety regarding this block. So Spirit, if you could give us some information on, give us some cards on what it is that this block is for group 1, please. Okay, so the first card that we got is the 3 of Wands. And with the 3 of Wands, you have a decision to make, and you're not quite sure what direction to go with this decision. You're leaning toward a particular option, but you still haven't decided what's the best route to take. So indecision here is playing a role. Again, sort of overthinking things. You do, however, have whatever it is that you need to address this block or this issue You're very multifaceted. You have a lot of tools that you can bring to bear, but you're not bringing those tools into bear. You're battling with yourself more than anything about making this decision. However, this block, this battle that you're having, is really not as significant as you're making it seem. It's actually more surface level than you want to let on. It's more of a, I don't want to say triviality, but it's more maybe an annoyance. It's something that you're giving power to that really doesn't deserve your power. It might be nitpicking. You might be nitpicking this decision. That might be part of the problem. The Page of Wands tells me that you have got, you have good ideas. You are very capable of removing this block or solving this issue or healing this problem, perhaps with some sort of creativity, or stepping away from the mental aspect of it, more of a beginner's mind, more of a creative outlook on this problem. This may involve another individual who is blocking you, who is doing you harm, but more in a way that they are maybe gaslighting or undermining your confidence, perhaps, and maybe not directly to your face. This card often speaks to someone who might be stabbing you in the back. You might be stabbing yourself in the back, though, but it's very likely that there may be other forces involved, and in particular might be another individual who is possibly not actively telling you that you can't do something, but they're encouraging your belief that you can't do whatever it is that you need to do. So let's see if we can still get some more clarity on you know, what realm does this block lie in? Spirit, can you give us some more clarity on perhaps the wands here? Where is the block, and how to best clear it or heal it? If you could give us some more information on that, please, Spirit. Okay, so we got the Strength card. So this is saying that you need to utilize inner strength. Stop turning to other individuals to build your confidence for you. You have to lean on your own inner confidence, your own inner strength, in order to tame this issue. And you can do that. You have this strength. But with the Hanged Man, this is going to take some belief on your part that you have the ability to do this. So, you know, I'm sensing that the block here is not only some indecision, but it is a lack of self-confidence, and it's not even that strong. It's just you're getting caught in your head that you have that there's a bigger roadblock than there really is. You're hanging on to something literally hanging on to something that really is not as big as you're making it out to be. The Devil card, this is, you know, again, this is verifying or confirming that this is your own inner demons that are your block. You aren't believing in yourself. You're not trusting yourself. And this may be, you know, a long-standing habit that you have of not believing in yourself, not trusting yourself, hanging on to a notion that you're not good enough or you're not strong enough, but you are. You are good enough, you have all the tools, and you are strong enough. You have an internal fortitude. So the Six of Wands, excuse me, the Seven of Wands, Pentacles, I'm sorry, Seven of Pentacles here is telling me that, again, you've got what you need to become successful, to step into your power, but you're stockpiling it. You're waiting on it. You're not really utilizing what you already have. It's like you're standing and waiting for something more to come. It's not enough. You know, I'm not good enough yet. I don't have everything that I need. You're very likely turning to a lot of different resources, trying to build up your store of your resources that you have on hand, or your tools that you might need. But you're spending so much time just battling with yourself and trying to make sure, prepare for every possible thing that might come up, that you are not reaping what you already have. You're not utilizing what you already possess. You're not believing it. You have these gifts, but you're not believing it. And with the Page of Cups, again, you are kind of being childish about whatever this is. And I don't mean that, I don't mean to say that you're childish in general, but you're looking at this as perhaps even a bit petulant. You know, you don't want to have to do something, or, you know, you might be procrastinating about this, and you might be using any distraction to be able to put off facing this decision, clearing out this block. But again, you know, with the Strength card and the Magician card, you have all of the inner strength and the tools that you need to bring to bear whatever it is that's going to help you clear this block or heal this block. And, you know, I don't want to necessarily push you to do this right away or hastily, because both of these cards, if you see, they both feature the infinity symbol. So your time is not limited. You don't have to make this decision right away. You may not feel like you're ready for this decision, which is fine. You can make this decision if you feel that you are prepared to and ready to jump to make this decision, because you have all of the resources that you need. But again, if you don't feel like you're ready to do it, if you can't bring yourself to make this decision, to stop being indecisive, that's okay. You have time. Everything happens in divine timing. So, you know, this is saying get to a point where you believe that you have the resources, that you have the inner fortitude, that you have the strength. Believe in yourself. Don't listen to either people who are encouraging you to not believe in yourself, or even this might just be that inner voice that's saying, you know, I can't do this, I can't make this decision, I don't have enough information yet, or I don't have enough tools yet. You know, you do. I think I need to use another deck. This has been the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. I think I'd like to use, I'm feeling like I need to use the Santa Muerte deck. So Santa Muerte, spirits, thank you for your messages so far, but can you tell us maybe a little bit more about what's a good concrete step for group 1 to take to move past this block, to heal this block, to remove this block? What's a good step for them to take? What is a concrete step that they can take? Okay. So we have got the sorry, I'm not entirely sure that this card, I'll have to look it up. The Santa Muerte makes it a little tricky to read sometimes. But again, we have the Knight of Wands. I think we have the Knight of Wands before. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We didn't have the Knight of Wands. We had the Page of Wands before. Yes, the Page of Wands. So the Knight of Wands, is saying move. Don't wait on this. You know, you may have infinite time, but this card is saying that you need to move, be fiery. And you know, it's good advice, because the longer you wait, the longer you talk yourself out of making a move, the harder it's going to be to get past that. You need to move, not necessarily make a decision, but take an action. You know, this wants you to take some action. If there's something that you're debating whether or not you should do it, if there's something that you're debating whether or not you can do it, just take an action. If that action turns out not to be the right action, that's fine. You can then deal with that action, the consequences of it, which most likely will not be dire consequences. You know, just do something. Do something. So this card is Santa Muerte. And Santa Muerte in this deck speaks of a transformation, a renewal. So Santa Muerte is telling us that taking this action will bring about this healing that we speak of, that we are looking for, and will catapult you into your power. And it will transform you into a very, very powerful individual. You know, a certain amount of inner power. You know, she is pregnant there, so you will become very fruitful. You will feel a glow. You know, you'll feel strong within yourself, and your light will shine for all others to see as well. So taking this action is going to be very healing and very empowering for you, which is exactly what we're trying to do here. That's what we're really trying to find out. So Spirit, can you tell us any other messages? Is there anything else that you need, that group 3 needs to know about this block? Okay, so again, we're getting the Hanged Man again. So again, they're saying trust yourself. Trust that even if you let go of this stranglehold that you have on trying to protect yourself, trying to surround yourself with whatever it is that you think will be protective, you've got to let go. You have got to trust that you've got the resources, you've got the strength, you've got the tools. You know, you've got what you need. Let go. And on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Two of Cups. So there is a trusted individual who can encourage you, who can support you in this decision. So look them up. Tell them what you're thinking. You know, tell them your idea, what you want to do, how you want to move on this, and it may be all you need is this trusted individual who genuinely loves you to say, yeah, you should do that. So that, you know, that's your guidance there. Thank you, Spirit. Get out of your head. Stop believing what your inner voice or a critic is telling you, that you're not good enough, because you are definitely good enough. And you need to trust yourself. Trust yourself that you are good enough, that you just need to let the universe take its course. But in order to help the universe move, you have to move. You need to step up and take an action. Let go of the inability to move. Let go of the bad habits that are keeping you from moving. Stop protecting yourself, stockpiling and guarding, and you can become and truly step into your power. So let's take a look at the Oracle card from the White Light Oracle. Okay, so your Oracle card is the Spirit of Owl. Spirit Owl. So owl is typically a creature thought of as great wisdom, a creature with old, ancient wisdom, and a creature who is active at night, can move very silently, but with tremendous power and accuracy. So this having a great deal of night energy as well as ancient wisdom and power energy. This may be a commentary on balance, balance between feminine and masculine, balance between stealth and action. And I'm going to actually read the description for this card. So, Spirit Owl says, recalibrate to a higher order of divine purpose is in progress. Recalibration to a higher order of divine purpose is in progress. So that's kind of what this whole reading is about, stepping into your power. It's not always a smooth ride, but it is safe to be fearless as you gently hold space for new ways of thinking, living, and seeing to emerge. You're encouraged to let go of opinions and belief systems that cannot support you in higher frequency states. So again, let go, trust. You shall soon recognize a truth that cuts through confusion and frees you to proceed with love, peace, and higher understanding. So, you know, that definitely resonates with the rest of the message. So I hope that was helpful for you. And I wish you great peace in this time of discord. And I am sending you love and blessings. Thank you. Hi, this is the reading for Group 2 with Citrine. We're asking Spirit the question, what is it that is blocking your power? And what can you do to remove that block or heal that block? So, Spirit, if you can give us some cards to start here to give us an idea of the nature of this block that is keeping Group 2 from realizing their full power, their true abilities. And if we can start with that, with some energies and information about what is blocking Group 2 from realizing their true power. What is keeping Group 2 from realizing their true power? Also, for those of you who didn't listen to Group 1, I said this for Group 1, and I will repeat it. I typically don't read reversed cards, and I will not be reading reversed cards for this reading. Sorry, these cards are fighting me. Spirit, if you can please work with me here. Just need a couple of cards. All right. Couple cards for Group 2. What is blocking their power? Seems it's feast or famine here. Spirit, thank you for giving me a few cards for group 2 to let them know what is blocking their power. Okay. So the first cards that we got, okay, we have the 5 and 6 of Cups. So the 6 of Cups is one individual giving a gift to another individual. And so initially on the surface, this looks like a good card. But this card actually talks about sort of a childish or immature situation. So it could be that there is some infatuation with another person. There could be, you could be trying to make something of a relationship more than it really is. You could be, with the 5 of Cups, you could be perhaps denying, you could be grieving perhaps a previous relationship, and so relying on a new relationship. This speaks of a new situation, a new relationship. And this might not be a relationship with a person. This might be a job. This might be any sort of a situation that there's a new situation and you're trying to be excited about it. You are telling everyone that it's just great, but it's really not. And you might not even realize this yet, but this is just a rebound, a flash in the pan, whatever you want to say, and probably based on a sense of loss from something that you really, really put all your eggs in one basket. You really, really believed that this was going to be the right thing, and you were happy. You were just really looking forward to this being something that was going to be it, and it didn't happen. It left you, and so now there's this sense of regret and longing and loss. And so rather than feel that regret and longing and loss, you've jumped into something new, and that situation is really blocking you from being authentically in your power, because you're trying to make this situation into something that it's not. You're trying to make yourself believe it. So the energy is not true. It's not authentic. It's not going to be a powerful situation for you. The cards that we got after that, the Hermit card. So I believe that the Hermit card, again, is speaking to this situation, and that you need to take some time to heal. You need to go inward. You need to not look outside of yourself for something to distract you, for something to take the pain away, for something fun, for something that's going to be it this time. You need to stop and look inside and see what your soul really wants. Not just what's fun, what makes you feel good in the moment, but what you truly need. So, whatever this is, if you want to hang with it for a bit, it's probably not the end of the world, but it's not going to be the true thing. It's not going to be right in the end. It's short-lived. And if you want to stop finding yourself in situations that you try to make to be a wonderful situation when you know they're not, and then they leave you because it's not right to begin with. So if you keep finding yourself in this sort of situation, then you need to take the time. You need to step away. You need to be by yourself. You're strong enough to do that. To be by yourself, to take some time, to take some introspection, to learn who you are, and then you'll know what is the relationship that you need. So another card that we had here is the Page of Swords. Now, pages are typically young and maybe innocent, maybe just have a gift for looking forward to things because, you know, they haven't been disappointed over and over again. And the Page of Swords is really quite a clever individual. So I think this card is again saying that you have the capacity to clear away all of the mental chatter that is kind of clogging your head, and go inside and find what it is that makes you happy. I mean, this introspection is difficult, but it doesn't have to be terrible. You know, this is saying you've got the capability to clear away the clouds in the back. You know, that sword can clear away those clouds, and become a happy place. You know, this is telling you that with a beginner's mind, you know, cut away all of that. Well, this didn't happen in the past, and this didn't work out, and you know, everybody is out to just treat me like crap, or I'm terrible at you know, picking the right person. Whatever mental garbage you're dealing with, this mindset you have, and it will give you the capability to cut away all of that false narrative that's in your head that's telling you that you just don't know what you need, and you make terrible decisions, and it's your own fault, and you know, you can get back to a place where you can see things with young, excited, enthusiastic eyes. You know, this may even be an individual who's going to come along and show you someone who is bright and light and you know, just fun and kind, but in a genuine way, not someone who, you know, wants to just do something exciting all the time and has to be, you know, going and really has no depth. You know, this is an individual who is clever, who is witty, who is fun, and who's light. So, you know, it could be signifying you once you clear out all of this old clutter. It could be signifying somebody who's going to come to you. But, you know, I believe this block has to do with you know, hanging on to that which is not true for you and grieving when it inevitably ends over and over and over again. So taking the time to clear out some of that mental junk, and know what is genuine to you, not just what's fun, not just what's exciting, not just what fills the emptiness. You know, really going in and saying, okay, what's important to me? And then I think that will lead to this lightness, this new perspective on things, this clearer thinking. And so on that note, the other card that we got is the Death card. And if you're not new to tarot, I'm sure you know that this typically does not mean a literal death, and it's not even necessarily a bad thing. You know, the Death card typically is a rebirth, a starting of something new. And in fact, it deals with exactly what we've been talking about, you know, letting go of something that no longer serves you, something that's really dead, that you know you're trying to make it into something, but it just is not doing anything for you anymore. So this card is like the card that's about letting that go, and that will create space for something new to come in and you can basically start over. So, you know, I think this is what has been blocking you from your stepping into your power for a long time. Let's get some more clarity on that. Spirit, thank you for those messages. Can you tell us some more about, you know, maybe what direction to take this in for group 2? What steps, where can they focus for group 2? What type of individual, or if this isn't about an individual, maybe you know, it's about a career, a job, just a situation. What's going to make them the happiest? Okay. So, all right, so we got the Page of Pentacles. And pages, again, are young and optimistic and new to things. And Pentacles is about like grounded things. It's about your 3D environment. It's about money. It's about your stuff. It's about your livelihood. What gives you substance in this world? And so the Page of Pentacles is saying that what is going to give you more stability right now is to focus on being happy in whatever gives you foundation and roots and a sense of security, but in a new way. So maybe, you know, maybe this is about, so maybe all of this is about, you know, a job or a career, or, you know, kind of your path. What, and I don't mean that in a spiritual sense necessarily, more kind of what in your world gives you a sense of being happy and satisfied and safe, as far as, you know, having a nice home, or having a job that doesn't just pay the bills. It's something that you really feel like you can do a good job and contribute something important. So, you know, a step for you to take to break out of this cycle of doing something that seems glamorous but ends up leaving you in the dust, you know, is, again, looking with new eyes, starting something fresh, something that makes you excited, is a good place for you to start. And the other card that came up with this one is the Judgment card. Judgment does not always mean like passing judgment on someone, but rather using good judgment. Oftentimes this card talks about balance. So perhaps, and you know, in addition, this card is very plain, very simple, but very strong, and, you know, standing on, this house is standing on its own. It's very solid. It's a solid foundation. So, you know, this card may be saying to you that that you need to start something new and fresh, that is going to give you a good foundation. You need to have balance. You need to stop trying to find what is, you know, exciting and distracts you and keeps you engaged all the time, and, you know, going, and then leaves you cold. You know, this is saying maybe moderate some of this. Find some balance between being contemplative and quiet and having fun. You know, so it's more of a, it's less of a, you know, being wild and crazy and then flipping to being depressed and lonely. You know, this is more of a, let's balance things out. Let's do everything that's a little more sturdy and just a little more soul appreciative. You know, stuff that just makes you feel solid. Okay, so Spirit, can you give us some additional information, please, and thank you, that we are not seeing yet. Can you give us some more information to clarify this path for group number 2, please? Okay. So the 8 of Pentacles, again, we're talking about your foundation, your world, your material things. And this is a card of just glorious opulence, and opulence is probably not a good word, but it's saying that if you do this balancing and fresh start on your path, it's going to lead to really, really being fulfilled, having everything that you need, being abundant. So by balancing things out and stepping away from this block of grasping at something exciting only to be disappointed later, you know, if you kind of balance these things out and clear out the mental clutter of having been caught in this cycle. And that's another thing about this card, you know, it's circular. So, you know, I think it talks about past cycles, and now this is a cycle that's going to be beautiful and upward, you know, and building and bringing you everything that you could ever need. Thank you, Spirit. Can we have a little bit more information about this? How to heal this block? What for group 2, please? Healing the block or removing this block. You know, what's the best way for them to get past this this cycle that they seem to be in, of looking for the wrong thing and being disappointed? Okay, so this time we got the Ace of Pentacles. So again, we're talking about, you know, the 3D world. We're talking about your material abundance. We're talking about, and not, you know, not in a selfish, material, money-grubbing way. This is just creating something that's really genuine and really feels great. And this is the start of that journey. So, you know, this is saying, you know, step away from the path of false excitement and fakeness, and clear out all of that. And again, we're going to start a journey that is just really, really fulfilling and uplifting. And the other card that we got is the Lovers. So we are, I think we got this similar card in another group, but the Lovers is saying that when you do this, when you clear out this need to be with the wrong person just for the sake of being with someone, or at the wrong job just for the sake of looking good for your family at Thanksgiving when they want to know what you're doing these days, you know, when you clear out this need to do something that doesn't fit, and you really stop and listen to yourself and see what it is that does fit. Take some time. Take some time. Don't just jump at, what, oh, hey, that looks good. Really take some time and say, what is it that made me happy when I was a kid? Or what is it that makes me happy on the weekends? Or, what is it that, I'm driving along in my car. Take time to notice when you're, driving along in your car or you're out for a walk and something catches your eye and it just makes your heart sing. Maybe it's a sunrise or a bird or, something that just makes you feel happy. And take some time to think about that. What is it about that thing that makes you feel happy? If it's a sunrise, maybe it's the colors. Maybe, there's something very creative that you could do. Or perhaps you're good at reading people's auras, their colors. If it's a bird song, maybe you're a person who is really good at listening to others and hearing the undertones of who they are and what they need. So, take some time. What makes you feel complete? What makes you feel happy? What makes you feel energized and charged? And figure out what that has to do with who you can be, what you can do, and then put that into practice. So let's take a look at the oracle card that we have here and see what this message is. So this is Spirit Bear. So Spirit Bear. Bear is a symbol in a number of traditions of actually spiritual connection and going inward, very much so going inward. So here we are again with this message to go inward. The bear hibernates when the weather gets bad. When the weather is nasty, the bear retreats and hibernates and takes time with itself. Let me read some of the message from the guidebook of the bear. By the way, this is the White Light Oracle by Alana Fairchild. So the Spirit Bear says, "You are being healed from guilt and fear. Such emotions will no longer steal your personal power or dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and realizing your own worth. No matter how unlikely it may seem, you are going to emerge from spiritual winter into light and life. The divinely ordained time for your liberation, healing, and emergence is much closer than you realize. Abundant blessings are stirring and shall soon manifest." So there you go. Take some time, go inward, and very soon you will be reaping beautiful benefits. So I hope this was helpful. If you resonated with this, I'm happy that it did resonate for you. If you would like to leave a comment, that would be awesome. I love to hear if something resonates with you. If it does not resonate with you, this may not have been the right reading for you. Feel free to choose a different reading. And again, these messages are timeless, so come back anytime and receive additional messages or re-listen to this message. But I'm wishing you all the best. I wish you peace. I wish you blessings. Thank you. Hi, this is the reading for Group 3, the Moss Agate group. Examining the question of what is it that's blocking your personal power and what can you do to heal or clear that block. I mentioned in the other two readings, and I'll mention it here, I don't typically read reversed cards, and I won't be reading reversed cards at this reading. So let's go ahead and get started. Spirit, can you give us some cards to help us understand what is the block for Group 3? What is the block to their personal power for Group 3, please and thank you. Okay, Group 3. So the cards that we got were the Ace of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Pentacles deal with material things, your material world, your abundance, your work in this world, your stuff. It's very salt of the earth, grounding type energy. So your block may be that you, since we get the Ace and the King, which is both ends of this energy, the beginning and the pinnacle, you may be overly focused on money. You may be too concerned with material abundance. The other cards that we got are the Hermit and the Moon. So these cards lead me to believe that you are sort of overly in your head about this. You are perhaps self-critical, and you ruminate about this issue. You also don't reach out to others. You just kind of are caught up in your own beliefs about this. You consequently have no feedback regarding your situation. So it very likely might be getting blown out of proportion and becoming way too much of a focus for you. The Moon card could well be saying that you're missing a lot of the equation. You are in the dark about the truth, the true nature of the situation. You could very well have convinced yourself that you will never have enough, that you are perhaps being oppressed, and you are caught up in your thinking of this, but in doing so, you're really missing a lot of the information that's there. You're just not seeing it. You may be missing opportunities that are going to help your abundance, or you may be more likely missing the fact that you really do have a great deal of abundance and you just aren't really appreciating it. because you're too wrapped up in having to pay the bills or people needing your time or money. You might be wrapped up in the idea that you have to have certain things. You know, you could be paying for things that you don't really need to have, but you think you do. Spirit, if we could get some more information on these. You know what? I think I'm going to use a different deck. I think I'm going to use the Rider-Waite deck here. This, by the way, is Tarot of Architectural Objects, is the one that I was using. So let's go with Rider-Waite here and see what that has to say. So Spirit, can you give us some more information, please, about what it is that group 3 is not seeing, what they are missing in this equation? What can you give them that will tell them, that will give them some more clarity, please? More clarity for group 3. Probably more cards than I really wanted, but we'll see what we got. Okay, so again, you got the Hermit again. So that's twice that we've seen the Hermit already with only 5 cards. So I still feel like this is saying that you're too much in your head. You're in the dark. You're not seeing something because you're not looking at the bigger picture. You're only seeing what's right around you. So, yeah. And again, we have more confirmation. This is the 8 of Cups. You are walking away from what you've already got. You're not seeing how abundant you really are because you're too heavily focused on what you don't have or what you need, or what is being demanded of you. But you're not seeing all of this that you have already. The King of Swords came up. The King of Swords, again, is speaking of being rigid in your head, I believe, for you. This, you know, Swords deals with your mental ability, and the King of Swords is very bright, and I guess bright is not the right word. The King of Swords is very intelligent, but the King of Swords is also not particularly yielding, or he doesn't suffer fools. So again, this is talking about being too rigid, thinking too rigidly. You need to take time to, you know, look more at what you genuinely have. This is the 2 of Wands, and this is, you know, looking out on the world, saying that you need to look out and see the possibilities. You've got support. You've got a whole world out there. So you need to take time and look outside yourself, look around you, appreciate what you really have, and focus on that. You know, even if it's not that much, when we focus on the positive, then the positive grows. When we focus on the negative, then the negative grows. So then we have got, you know, a little bit of a joke here. This is a jokester. We've got the Tower and we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So the Tower, and maybe it's not so much a joke. these could be progressive. The Tower is saying that you are at a place where it's untenable now. Everything's going to come tumbling down. You have built yourself up inside this tower. You've sealed yourself away. You have closed out any options, basically. You have put yourself in a position where you don't feel like you have any choices. You don't feel like you have any way to get out. But very soon, this is all going to crumble away. And depending on how you deal with it, that could be a good or a bad thing. You know, if you are bound and determined to hang on to this vision that this tower is everything that you have to have, that this tower is what keeps you safe, that this tower is all you've got and you've got to hang on to it. Well, when it crumbles down to nothing, you're going to have nothing, A, and B, you're going to get buried in this rubble from this tower collapsing. But here is the Wheel of Fortune, and it's saying that if you look to the open skies, if you look to your possibilities, the world is your oyster. I mean, this is like an amazing card that's telling you that you have every opportunity for fortune. You have every opportunity for abundance. I mean, this wheel goes around and you can choose to stop it wherever you want. It's like tossing a ball in a roulette wheel. It could stop anywhere, and it could be your fortune where it stops. You just have to choose correctly. So, this is saying don't get stuck in this mindset of lack that's going to come tumbling down and become your prison, your burial, unless you're willing to spin the wheel and take a chance and see that there is so much opportunity there. I mean, there's a million different ways that you can win with this. So don't cling to what's falling apart. So I'm going to use another deck here. I feel like I need a different deck. So this is the Santa Muerte deck. So Spirit, can you give us some additional messages here? Can you provide some clarity on how to move forward, how to heal this? What steps, what immediate steps can group number 3 take to remove this block or heal this block? Please and thank you. Okay. So we got, again, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. It doesn't get much crazier than that. We got the Wheel of Fortune right on the heels of each other. So take a chance. Take a chance. See that there is so much potential out there and take a chance. We got the King of Cups. The King of Cups. Cups are all about emotion. So the King of Cups is telling you to master your emotions. And the King of Cups is not about just any old emotions. The King of Cups is about joy and happiness and love. So this is saying become the king of good emotions. This is telling you become positive. Make everything you do and every thought that goes through your head as positive as you can. Catch yourself when you are becoming negative about things. Be positive. Be the king of being positive. Be the highest ruler in the land when it comes to ruling your thoughts, and be positive. Okay, we got the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is again telling us that if you continue to focus on needing to hang on to what you have monetarily, most likely, you're going to become a monster. You know, you're blowing this way out of proportion. It's becoming huge in your mind. So you have to stop focusing on lack, or it will take over you. We've got the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is saying that you have got something that you're holding back. You're kind of hiding amongst others, kind of hiding in plain sight, and perhaps you're even hiding from yourself. But you have got something that is really valuable. And I don't mean valuable in that you could sell it to somebody. I don't mean valuable that it's a, you know, expensive necklace or a antique vase. I mean, you've got something valuable in that people need this. It strikes me that it's a very inventive idea, or a skill. It's beyond a skill, though. It's a very creative twist, the way you see something, and it could be incredibly powerful. It could be really life-changing for a lot of people, and so you need to search what this is. Go inside and think to yourself, this lights you up. Whatever this is, it lights you up, and you don't really trust it, so you haven't told anybody else about it, but it's something that whenever you think about it, it just makes you feel excited. So you need to go after that. We've got the Ace of Swords. This again is telling you to get out of your head. This is just another confirmation. Stop thinking negatively. Stop stabbing yourself in the head. Stop. Don't make this the start of your journey. Don't make this where you get stuck. Get out of your head. And then we've got the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is celebrating with others. The Three of Cups is communion. The Three of Cups is about being in community with others in a very celebratory way. So, you know, I feel like this is also a nod to the fact that you have to stop isolating yourself. The more you isolate yourself, the only voice that you have when you isolate yourself is the voice in your head. And if that voice in your head is negative and nobody tells you otherwise, if you don't have any voice to refute it, then your thoughts are going to be negative. So this is saying, you know, if you can't get out of your own head to be more positive, or even if you can to a certain extent, connecting with others is going to be a way that's going to help you get out of that negative thinking. Do something enjoyable with people who are clever and funny and enjoy your company and you trust. These may even be people who are going to bring that wonderful idea to light. These might be people who will encourage you, or who might even have something to add to it to flesh out the idea, and to maybe make it into a material thing in this world. You know, maybe it's some invention or some design or some method of doing something. And these people may be the people who can bring that to the proper audience. And maybe you're the idea person and they're the ones who are going to bring it into the world. So don't isolate yourself anymore. So, Spirit, do you have any final messages that we haven't seen yet that would be helpful for group 3? Okay. So we got the Empress. So the Empress is a very, very nurturing energy. It's almost like, it's like the mother of the tarot. And just very sweet and loving. So this energy is either saying love yourself or allow someone else to love you. Perhaps you need to track down that inner negative voice and ask yourself, is this my inner child that was hurt when I was young? Do I need to be a loving parent to this child? Do you just need to be loving to yourself in general? This energy is a very, very motherly energy. This is unconditional love. This is the way to get away from the negativity. Just unconditional love. Whatever you do, it's just like, you know, the mother who absolutely loves their child. And, you know, that child might break something beautiful and valuable and irreplaceable, but the mother doesn't mind. The mother doesn't care. The child is afraid that the mother is going to punish them for that. They feel bad that they've done something. They feel stupid for breaking something. They feel awful. But the mother says, it's okay. It's all right. It's not the end of the world. I'm not that attached to that. Not like I'm attached to you. So keep that loving mother energy, that unconditional love with you all the time, no matter what you do, no matter what you think, no matter what happens. Just remember, it's okay. You are a beautiful human being, and nothing you do can diminish that love. And when you live in that energy all the time, your thoughts become positive. You don't have to live in lack, and you can operate from your place of power. So let's look at the oracle card that we drew as a final information. And this oracle card is Shekinah. Shekinah. I'm not familiar with this energy, so I'm going to get out the guidebook and we will read about Shekinah. The spiritual worlds want to help you resolve your worldly concerns. So again, we're talking about worldly stuff, your stuff. It is safe for you to rely on Spirit as a loving, protective, helpful, and practical presence, able to positively affect all areas of your life, including facilitating the resolution of physical problems. So again, love can heal your physical problems, your monetary, perhaps this is even some sort of illness. Do not limit your spirituality to concepts. Instead, apply your higher knowledge of principles, grow your wisdom, and live your path. Acknowledge your value as a person, as a soul. Treasure the gift of your path, and let your spirituality integrate with all facets of your life. So, Spirit is love. So integrate love into all facets of your life. Allow it to heal all of your material concerns. And this will help you step into your power. So thank you so much. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Group 3. I wish you blessings and peace and love. Thank you.